Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. In this video, we're talking about 3 wide receiver sleepers I absolutely love for fantasy football 2020. You're going to want to target these guys, and they are great value. Can't wait to share them with you. Let's get to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. I'm excited. We're talking fantasy football sleepers 2020, and am I excited to share 3 sleepers at the wide receiver position that I absolutely love. Before we get into this, guys, make sure you guys in the comments below leave a comment. I'm really curious. I want to get the interaction. Let me know what you think of these sleepers. If you think they suck, let me know. I'm curious. I want to hear, but I'm going to reinforce to you guys why I absolutely love them. Comments, engaging, love it. And guys, it means the world to me. I don't look forward to anything more in life other than you guys leaving a thumbs up. That's what's most important to me. So guys, don't let me down. At least give me some. I'm giving you 3 sleepers here that you could target, that you can blow away your league mates here in regards to fantasy football 2020. So please smash the thumbs up, means the world. And of course, get the 16-round draft solution at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. First ever only in video training here, guys. First ever only video training to help you guys dominate your leagues. I'm telling you guys, breakout sleepers, everything you need right here on a silver platter, handed to you. The hack, guys, for 2020 fantasy football. Or there's a link here below. I pin a comment. All right, let's go to it. 3 wide receiver sleepers I absolutely love. The first guy. Now, he is currently sitting, where is he sitting? 26th on the Sheepset. Are you kidding me right now? Is he really that low? Yeah, because he had a bad year last year. He finished 57th because he only played 10 games. The guy I'm talking about is T.Y. Hilton. Listen, I love the guy. Not only do I love the guy, I love the opportunity for the guy. Okay, now this is a guy who finished 14th amongst wide receivers in PPR in 2018. He had a terrible year last year because he had a terrible fantasy football quarterback in Brissett. Listen, I like Phillip Rivers here. Phillip Rivers is a guy that throws the ball. He's the guy that made Keenan Allen a good fantasy wide receiver when he was healthy. He is a stud. Now, if you're looking at Rivers, he is going to throw a lot. He throws a lot. He gets a lot of attempts, right? He's a late round sleeper you can get as a backup quarterback with upside. Check out my last video, okay? Now, Hilton, again, if you get him, you can get him as a wide receiver 1, and later on, here's a secret, a golden nugget. I'm giving you guys secrets on sleepers here. You can get yourself Michael Pittman later because one of these guys is going to go off. They've got Rivers throwing the ball. So if Hilton gets injured again or something happens, you got yourself a nice backup at the wide receiver position. I talk about this whole strategy in my 16-round draft solution, but I'm telling you guys, I like T.Y. Hilton this year as the guy you can get in and around 5, round 6 type thing, maybe later, maybe earlier, give or take. His ADP is fluctuating, but I do like him because I like Rivers throwing the ball, and I consider him a huge sleeper for fantasy football 2020. And you're saying, Joe, well, he's a 5th rounder. He's not really a sleeper, but he is, because this guy was typically going in the 2nd, 3rd round a couple years ago on a regular, so I do like him where he is right now. Okay, the next guy here. Now, this is a bit of a deeper sleeper, maybe a bit of a reach, but I'll tell you why I like him. The guy I'm talking about is Darius Slayton. I'll tell you why I like him. He was the lead guy last year. He did lead in receiving yards for the New York Giants, Darius Slayton, 740 receiving yards, and he led in touchdowns. He had 8 touchdowns, okay? That's a good sign. 83 targets, 48 receptions. That's not the greatest, okay? But what I like about him is he's kind of technically the wide receiver 1 on a team where they have beefed up their O-line. They did work on their O-line in the NFL draft, which is good. And then not only that, they've got themselves, what's his name? Saquon Barkley as the running back. So when you're looking at this offense, a lot of defenses may focus on Saquon here, and it may open things up for Darius Slayton as a receiver, and I like the upside. 6'1", 190. He was a 5th round pick back in 2019. So going into 2020 fantasy football, he's still young, could be dynamic, could be a favorite target for another sleeper, Daniel Jones, going into 2020 fantasy football. I like him. And again, guys, these are wide receivers you're getting mid to late rounds. You're not investing a lot, right? This is why I go heavy RB early, and then I get myself some of these wide receivers that you can roll the dice on a little bit later, and they have a huge ceiling. Now, T.Y. Hilton, not so much. It's more of a bigger investment. It's within the first 6 rounds. I understand that. But when you look at like Michael Pittman's and the Chase Claypools of the world and guys that you can get that have Denzel Mims, there's a lot of guys that could be technically wide receiver ones on their team that people will be sleeping on that you can get for super great value. A lot of these rookies came in and they could technically slide in eventually as the wide receiver one. T. Higgins could build that rapport there. With Burrow in Cincy, right? Could be a wide receiver one. CeeDee Lamb. Now, Cooper's a clear-cut one there, but CeeDee Lamb's a guy that could emerge, right? Deante Johnson. I don't want to give you all my sleepers here, but there you go, guys. Free information. I'm giving away a lot here. I gotta cool it. We gotta save it for another video, right? So there's a ton of sleepers at the wide receiver position. You get mid to late rounds, and I talk about this. If you guys want a shortcut and you want to spend less time watching me here, get the 16-round draft solution. I've priced it so that everybody gets it, right? Get rid of the draft kits. Get rid of the cheat sheets. The future is here, guys. The future is here, right here. You guys are witnessing it. Lion mentality, 16-round draft solution, link below. Or head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. All right. The next sleeper here. So Darius Slayton, I like him. But the next sleeper here at number 3, this is no real particular order. I don't have a preference. I don't like this guy more than that guy. Maybe a little bit. I think Slayton's ceiling could be a little bit higher because he's wide receiver 1. It is what it is. But the next guy here, I think a lot of people are sleeping on. I've been doing a ton of mock drafts. A ton. That's all I've been doing. I wake up, mock draft, afternoon mock draft, evening mock draft. And the nice thing is if you draft on ADP and Kashyap says you will lose. And that's where we get the advantage with Council Nation because we think outside the box. So this guy I'm talking about here is Alan the Lizard Lazard. Alan Lazard here, guys. Now, last year, not a good year, but 52 targets, 35 receptions, 477 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That is not what I'm excited about here. What I'm excited about here is the ceiling, is the upside, is the fact that he came in and stole the wide receiver 2 spot from MVS and Geronimo Allison. Allison is no longer there. He's no longer with the Packers. That's good news. That's good news. Number 2, MVS has shown that he has not stepped up when he had the opportunity. Lazard outperformed him. That's also a good sign. Another good sign is if Aaron Rodgers comes back and everything goes good. I know the Packers drafted Love and, they are planning for their future. I get it. But if Aaron Rodgers is back, there's a chip on his shoulder. He's got to say, hey, who's this rookie quarterback behind me? I got to prove I'm Aaron freaking Rodgers here, man. I got to perform. I got to perform on an optimal level. And I think that's going to be on his back. I think that's going to motivate him, light some fire under his ass. Aaron Rodgers is here. And I think one of the beneficiaries is Lazard. And the thing is, Adams may see a lot of double coverage. Great. That's fine. That's going to open things up for Alan Lazard. And again, this is a guy you can get super late, guys. Like I'm talking like after the 11th round, 12th round, maybe even undrafted. People are sleeping on the Lizard, and this guy is talented. Go watch the footage on last year. The guy was making some crazy catches and some crazy plays. I love the upside. I love the quarterback. I love the situation. And I genuinely believe that the Packers, if they want to win or make it to the Super Bowl, they have to start throwing the ball. Last year they didn't. They went to their run a lot more. And this is why I don't like Aaron Jones this year. And that's a whole other discussion here. I don't like Aaron Jones this year for fantasy football. And they also drafted A.J. Dillon, who's a beast and is going to come in and steal some of that volume. And again, they probably don't want to pay Aaron Jones when it comes to his contract. I think it's coming up to his contract. Like, we're not going to pay to keep Aaron Jones. We get Dillon, who could do maybe just as good of a job, and we don't have to pay. And I think, LaFleur is looking at probably rebuilding the team. Maybe he wants Love, Dillon. They're rebuilding, but it's going to be interesting to see how this offense pans out for 2020 fantasy football. But Lazard is the guy. So again, recap 3 wide receiver sleepers I love, and there's a ton more. I just gave you a couple on this. I like Chase Claypool late, love the talent. There's a ton. I like Deante Johnson. If you get both those guys, you're almost guaranteed a wide receiver 2, maybe even a potential wide receiver 1 if Juju can't step up. There's another secret there for you. A little inside information there. But yeah, 3 wide receivers I love. T.Y. Hilton, because Rivers is throwing the ball. There's an upside there. You get him for good value. 5th, 6th round-ish, maybe as early as 4th, latest 7th. Again, his ADP is kind of all over the place, but I think 5th is kind of a safe spot for him. Then you got Darius Slayton, technically could be the wide receiver 1 with the Giants with the beefed up O-line, and they've got some guy named Saquon Barkley running the ball. And then I love Saquon, by the way, so he's my number 1 first overall in fantasy. The ceiling is high. And then we've got Alan Lazard, Alan the Lizard Lazard, a ton of upside, a guy that, could steal that wide receiver 2 job with ease, could be the guy wide receiver 2. And if there's any volume or if Davante Adams gets hurt again or anything like that, you've got yourself a solid plug and play right there. And I love the fact that the Packers did not go wide receiver. That tells me that they believe in the Lizard. That's a good sign, guys. There's a lot of faith in Alan Lazard. There you go, guys. 3 wide receiver sleepers that I love for Fantasy Football 2020. And again, guys, make sure you guys comment below. Let me know what you think. Hopefully, I've made my case for these 3 guys. I think there's a ton of talent here. Really love to hear your feedback. And more importantly, very important to me, is that you leave a comment, a thumbs up. It means the world to me. And of course, you subscribe to this #1 Fantasy Football podcast. And I'm handing you guys a draft solution on a platter, 16-round draft solution. There is a link below, or head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. And Fantasy Football 2020 cannot come soon enough. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. And I cannot wait. The pent-up excitement is too much for me. I got to go. I can't hold it anymore. I got to go. I'm too excited. We'll talk soon. I'm out.